Hello, hello. We are back. I also have no idea if anything's changed or weird. I updated last night, so we get to find out together if something's wrong. We get to find out together. We're doing more co-working because I do need to get at least one of these scripts done so I can move on to the art and the recording, which I didn't get to test today. I was busy. But we're back, and unfortunately this is what we're working on, so I probably won't be talking as much until I get distracted. Nope, there go the bunnies spawning in. Welcome in, everybody. Congrats on being first. Apines. Apines? There's no S in your name. You're Apine. Greetings to you too is what I meant to say after that. Hey, Comet. Nice. But yeah, since we're doing another co-working stream, I'm going to start the timer early because I am going to try and get at least this script done. I'm not actually sure how long this script needs to be because I didn't actually do any of the audio testing I meant to do because I got distracted. We had a bunch of maintenance stuff today, so kind of out of it. Don't like people being in the house. It throws me off my game. And I just don't like people. In my home. What was I looking for? This is what I need. Well, we get through it. Hey Wolfie, welcome into co-working stream. You guys can't see that. Cool. I had to move a lot of my stuff around. I can't see what I'm clicking on. I tend to reorganize my hotbar is what I'm talking about because everything opens in order of like where it's either positioned beforehand or what's been opened most recently, so I have to move stuff around a little bit. I don't know why Spirit City is smaller than it should be. It did that itself, I guess. I'll start the work timer after. I don't even really want Discord open. I'm just gonna close it. I'll start the work timer after ads are over with, though. It looks like... Oh, wait, no, I spoke too soon. I was gonna say it looks like Apine's going to win, but there's a chance... Okay, Comet's gone. If I get that health pack, I don't know. I didn't go for it. Oh, wait. Why is it... That's the second one that spawned on my bunny. That feels unfair. Either way, ad break is over with, so I just took a sip of water, so I will not be taking another one, but thank you for the reminder. I'm reading something. I am stretching my hands, though. Oh, I really thought Apine was gonna win that one. I guess I could just do a stopwatch and read, like, quietly to myself. And see how long this takes, because I didn't do the recording I wanted to do beforehand. So here, we'll do a stopwatch, and I'll see how long it takes me to get through the script from where it's at. Oh, we are nowhere near close to time. Also, hey, Fancy, welcome in. Sorry, I was reading the script in my head. We are barely at 3 minutes. I need this to be closer to 15. This might take some time. We're gonna need a lot more writing to do. But yeah, I was gonna do gaming, but I wanted to make sure I got my script done this week so I can get into the art and the editing and sound effect collecting. Hey Draco, welcome in. How you doing? Oops. Sorry, I'm realizing I don't think I've asked anyone how they're doing today. How's everyone? Well, you guys don't always have to answer. I know people enjoy a good lurk during a co-working stream. But if anyone wants to share what they're maybe working on, or if they're just listening into the music, because I'll be honest, I'm sorry, I gotta focus on this. So I don't really have much, I don't know how much I'll have to say in the worries that I will get distracted, like I tend to do. I'm working on something, so I've been okay, I guess. I'm more trying to get this finished. I need a lot more writing than this, though, which makes sense. We're only at like 300 words. Hmm. Hmm. Hey Meeps, nice 80 stream streak. Oh yeah. Wait, no, that line doesn't make sense if I change that. Of course, Epic the Musical songs are playing on my playlist. It's specifically Dangerous. It's been in my personal playlist for a while. I love that one. You know what? I'm pivoting from my personal playlist. I'm listening to the entirety of Epic the Musical, and you cannot stop me. It is the mood I am currently in. There it is. It has nothing to do with this character. I just feel like it. I need Peak to work. I think I'm writing with too many contractions. weirdly enough, which is just how I tend to speak and write things, but I don't think that makes sense for this character, so I think I have to go back and fix that. It looks weird with how I imagine her. I've decided, okay, the wheel decided I'm writing for the alien cat girl first. And I know not every alien from another, not every show with aliens has to be like they speak weird. Or like they speak, I don't know how to explain it, you know. Funny TV show aliens speak. They speak like in a certain way where it's like, yeah, okay. Thank you. Like sometimes weirdly robotic, stuff like that. But I think it's funny, and she's cute, and I think it's adorable. I shouldn't name her fucking ship that. That's so stupid. I can't think of anything else. We're calling it this. It's the worst name. Wait, what? God damn it, the fucking randomize is still on. I was like, why is I didn't realize that I didn't realize that shuffle was still on, and I was like, oh, okay, so we're gonna go to Just a Man, because that's the second song. And it just starts playing fucking Charteris. That's not what we're doing. Or, no, Charybdis, that's how you say it, Charybdis. That's not right. That's not the next part at all. We have skipped so much story. It's like, oh yeah, I don't think that's supposed to be there. That's not right. Okay, it's fixed now. Quit taking your sweet time playing. Looks like we are going to be having break time in just a little bit. But you know what is fine. I haven't added... Actually, I've added about 100 words since I started, which is good. I'm figuring out where this is going and adding some additions to the story. This is going well. Alright. A little bit of a stretch break. So many epic songs are great for animatics, because I'll be honest, I know I'm supposed to stop working. All I'm thinking of is daydreaming of OCs for animatics that I will never make. Probably. Ah, yes. Epic is good. Hey, Shay, welcome in. How's it going? Okay, so let's say about 100 or so words is a minute. Then at least I know how long scripts need to be. Or like roughly how long I want them to be. Which would be 1,500 to 2,000 words. Why did you put a money sign on one of those? I didn't say any. Okay, I guess it assumed it meant money, but we're not talking about money. We're talking about word counts. Even though some of these are sound effects, so it's kind of weird, but alright. That's not how. You can't have a slight tornado warning. But I hope you're gonna be all right. I assume you probably will. Because its warning just means there's a chance of it. And hopefully it'll just dissipate and you'll be all right. But of course, as always, stay inside. Do what makes you feel most relaxed and calm while you're in there. Doesn't help that how the fuck do you say poly? What? The Cyclops song is playing. Not the best time for Cyclops song. And now we're on Survive, which is even worse because it goes right after the Cyclops song. His name, whatever his name is. Ad break should be over, or not ad break, sorry. The break timer. I'm not allowed to work while the break timer's on. It probably does help, like, at least mentally. And probably a little bit physically. I am gonna put my wrist brace on. Because I'm gonna need to be able to draw next week, which is gonna be the main plan. Draw and animate next week. Make sure I have all those stuff recorded. Which, if anything, I can do recordings while I'm drawing. And I can stream while I'm drawing, so at the very least I'll have plenty of time. No, yeah, that one. That's the song. I don't know how to say his name. I don't know if they say his name. I think they just call him the Cyclops. I just remembered that I have the spider that is on my screen coming at some point. I don't know if you guys remember, but I just did. Look at this little guy. Wolf made me one of these. She made this for me for my birthday. And I have a P.O. box so she can send me things. Also, no, the P.O. box is not going to ever probably be made public. Unfortunately. It is just a friends and other things that I want to purchase P.O. box. I don't feel comfortable taking gifts from people I don't know. And neither do my family, which is why I have a P.O. box. The main reason why I specify that is because usually I know streamers and YouTubers get P.O. boxes so people can send them stuff. It's for comfort reasons more than, like, a fan P.O. box. But yeah, she asked me what was my favorite Spirit City spirit, and I was like, this little freak. Little purple little guy. I just think he's one of the neatest ones. I've always had a fascination with, like, sewing and felt creatures. I even have a really old, like, ragdoll character that I never drew, and honestly, I don't know what happened with him. Maybe I'll bring him back one day. Maybe for this. I've already brought so many OCs back for the ASMR channel. Or, like, one-off stories that I'm going to be using for this. Because there are two completely different series that I'm working on, which is the main ASMR characters, many of them having their own, like, 4 to 5, like, episode series things. And then what I'm calling Reading with Coco, where I make up my own, like, horror stories and other such stories, and I get to read them. Actually, here, I'll take a small... I know break timer is over, but I'll take a small break to go look at that, because honestly, I'm very excited. So far, we only have... Oh, we actually have 4 stories. Really? Oh, damn, we're at 4. Technically, we have 5. One of them is, one of them I'm making partially out of spite. Only partially. But also just because I think it's funny. One of them is going to be a series, which is 2-sentence horror stories extended. I'm going to take a 2-sentence horror story. I'm going to make it into, like, a full mini story. Inspired by it, giving it its own character, stuff like that. Just because I think it would be fun. Especially because there's a few ones that I was like, oh my god, that'd be so cool as, like, an actual story. I want more of this. Especially when it was, like, really popular on TikTok to, like, take those 2-sentence horror stories and, like, act to it. And add sound effects. So I thought that'd be, like, a fun little short series. Short series of short stories. I couldn't figure out what to call it. Then one of them is actually going to be... I can't legally call it this because, again, for some reason, Choose Your Own Adventure is actually copyrighted, so you're not really allowed to call things a Choose Your Own Adventure. It is it's trademarked, and you can get in trouble for using it. Sorry, not copyrighted. Trademark, whatever. So this is an interactive YouTube video. Kind of like, just, you've probably seen them before, where pick your own path, we'll call it whatever we want. Right now I'm just calling it my interactive stories. Or interactive videos, where, you know how they go. You watch the video and then you get a choice of, like, 2 to 3 different things. The yes option, the no option, and then it's gonna be like that. You get the main part of the video, the main setup, and then I have, like, 6 endings planned. Why is it not loading? You remembered to save it. Okay, thank goodness. I remember I started writing this on one of the days that it didn't want to listen to me on my phone. I was worried. But yeah, oh no, we have 7 endings listed. But yeah, one of them's a Choose Your Own Adventure video, where, depending on, of course, based off of what you pick, chooses the ending you're gonna get. And I'm very excited for that one, because it's one of the it was originally going to be an ASMR character, but then I was like, you know what? It'd make more sense, because the setting is a video game, for it to be interactive, and you being able to actually choose, and it not just being like a poll or something. So I thought it'd be fun for this, especially because people could be like, hey, I got this ending. Or, especially because I've noticed that sometimes in certain videos, people will, like, write their own little fanfics of how they imagine a story is going. And I'd be really excited if someone left a comment like, oh, hey, I went with this ending, and this is what I got, and I imagine this is what would happen past that. I'm like, oh, that'd be fun. That's a fun one. One's a horror story I wrote, like, last year. So I won't tell you the title of that one because it kind of tells you a lot, but also nothing. One of them I just started the other day, 3 days ago, literally tells me right here, which is based off of all those, like, fake ARGs. I talked about it before, how cool I thought they were. Because people were making, like, their own little ARGs, but they're not actually real, so it's like, they're investigating a YouTube channel, or they were emailed something, and none of it's real, but the stories are so interesting, and I love them. Most of the ones I've seen have been Minecraft, because those are the ones I've been clicking on. But I have seen a few that are from, like, other games, and I think it'd be fun to do that. And then another is a little short story, but this one, I just realized how many of these are horror-based. I just think horror is neat. This is the only one that isn't based off of horror. This one's a romance. Yes, exactly like a Minecraft world that doesn't exist. That's actually one of the most recent ones, and it's super fucking good. There's another one where it was like a fake Roblox ARG, which I thought was cool. Especially because it went into like very real world where it's like, what the fuck is happening? This isn't real, right? It's like, okay, yeah. Unfiction. Unfiction, I think that's what it's called. I believe the term for like all of these series would be unfiction. But I'm on my computer so I can look that up. Unfiction meaning... Wiktionary? What are you? A form of fictional pieces of media and storytelling that attempts to suspend disbelief by asserting in some way that it is not fiction. Yeah, alternate reality games / ARG, speculative fiction, pseudo-fiction. Yeah, so ARGs... Oh, ARGs tend to be unfiction. So they're making their own... Because it's interesting, because it's like they're following especially the ones where you're following an ARG that isn't real. So it's like a double ARG. Which is kind of interesting. Like, an ARG is already a form of unfiction, so what if you're making up finding an ARG and solving it? That's like, I'm not gonna say it, because someone's gonna get mad at me, and that someone is me, because if I say it's Inception, I'm gonna be annoyed, because I know that's not actually how that movie works. Because someone told me that was wrong. I haven't watched Inception. Feels wrong to reference a movie I've never watched. Just making references that other people have made without understanding what it means. It's like a Russian nesting doll. I've had one of those. I know what that means. There's a tinier, smaller ARG inside of this ARG. I love stuff like that. It's fun because I've always had a fascination with horror, but so many of the things I make tend to be cutesy because I think cute stuff is also fun. One day, if I ever actually make like a lore animation, you'll see all of it. You'll see how much worse this gets. Because, like, obviously for my own Sona's lore, I don't want it to be like too bad, but we have mentioned that there is an entire room filled with darkness that slowly eats you. Which, funnily enough, is inspired by Digimon. I don't know if I brought that up. Everything boils down to Digimon. If it's something I made, it boils down to Digimon somehow. But it's like a direct reference to something that happens in an episode of Digimon Adventure. Anyone who's watched Digimon Adventure probably remembers what happened to Izzy. That's one of the characters' names. So, yeah, if you remember that scene, yeah, that's exactly what the stomach of the cafe does. It'll eat you. Don't go in there. I think I haven't said it in months, but I'll remind you again. Do not open random doors. If it says staff only, and you ain't staff, stay out. It probably will end up with you being eaten or bitten somehow. And if you walk into that room and you haven't been bitten, you're probably slowly being dissolved. And now it's your problem. Stay out. What is this? That's cute. I also did, but I think it haunts my nightmares, and that's why I decided to make an entire room of it. But also, I kind of loved that episode, just like all the other episodes where they got the crests. because I saw like myself in each character's things, and I thought it was cool learning more about each of them. Izzy was always one of my favorites. He was just nerd boy. And he was tiny. I couldn't tell if he was the same age as any of the other kids, and I'm still not sure. Because, like, most of the kids are around the same height, and I feel like they're the same age, except for, obviously, TK. I'm still not sure if Izzy's younger than them, or if he's just short. I can't remember. Maybe they tell you, but I genuinely have no idea if Izzy's younger than everyone else, or if he's just short. I think he is. Regardless, I love Digimon Adventure and just Digimon in general because I think critters are fun. I've always liked creature collectors. It's like one of my favorite types of game and media. If they are collecting something, I enjoy it. Except for Pokemon somehow. I just missed Pokemon's existence. Just genuinely. I'm not sure how. I did not know what the fuck Pokemon were until recently. It just never really occurred to me. I was not a smart child, and I'm still not a smart adult. If you haven't noticed. Like, I had a Pokemon book of the Pokédex, and I was like, oh man, this is such a cool fictional series. Look at all these creatures. Never thought once to, like, look it up online and be like, oh, there's games. Oh, there's an anime. Damn. Same happened with Digimon. I was so content with just watching the shows, I never looked up anything about it. And when I did, I still didn't think, oh, there's games, I should play that. Because I just wanted to learn more about the little fucking critters. Literally, had no idea Digimon had games until like a couple years ago, even though I watched it like religiously as a child in several different versions of the series. I have no idea how that like passed me by. I saw like Pikachus and Eevees in the stores. Still never have played an official Pokemon game from the main series. Well, technically not true. Obviously this year it's not true. But this is the first year I have played any main series Pokemon game. Wait, shit, that's not true because I was planning to do that Soul Link with Taiga. But we never actually got that done. So I had it on my computer, but we never played it. I had legally downloaded it to my computer because that game was on the computer. Yes. Also, the same legal way that I was playing Pokemon X. You can't see it, but I am nodding my head. Nod with me. I am doing everything perfectly legally and normal. Think so. I think he's part of the rest of the gang class from, yeah, Adventure Try is also Adventure. Same gang. Oh yeah, you're right! He is in the same class as them. So yes, he is the same age. Or he skipped a couple grades. He was also incredibly smart. Who knows? Still need to watch Try. Also haven't watched Try. Yeah, I know it exists. Still haven't figured out or found the time to want to watch it. No idea. I've taken a longer break talking about Digimon. Well, to be fair, again, I was doing something and then I got distracted. This is why I don't talk during co-working streams. Where's the thing? There's the thing. Going back to work. What was I gonna write about next? Alright. But yeah, it always boils down to goddamn Digimon. I'm sorry. It's my personality trait. It's not. It's like my creativity trait. If it involves critters, if it involves anything I enjoy, I'm adding little critters or little magic powers and spiky colors. No. Well, that has happened several times, but then I end up getting rid of them because I don't feel like drawing them. Can't write anything without fucking magic in it. Why not? I like magic stuff. It's fun. Also ended up watching... Well, I also really liked Monster High, which is another reason why I probably liked Digimon a lot, because monster characters. And then the bigger ones had, like, gothic fashion? For the most part? I guess except for Lilymon. But, like, Where Garurumon was very fucking punk something. I don't remember. I'm gonna have to look up Lunamon. Which one's that? They're all Mon. Ah, yes. Enjoyable. Funny little guy. Oh, yeah, I had a Lunamon in, It's on my computer desktop. Where are you? Say goodbye to Spirit City for a second. Where are you? Cyber Story. We have a Lunamon in Cyber Story. I find them very silly. They're adorable. Not fully sure why they have the, like, scarf thing. Also, I think it's really cool that the Digimon also have, like, their own, like, mini lore. Like, the celestial bracelet things or whatever that some Digimon have because they can transform into, like, angels and shit. And it's just so interesting. It's so neat to me because none of it makes any fucking sense. And I love that about it. It's weird and that's its purpose. I keep seeing people posting Tomodachi Life clips, and my favorite ones are always when they run away and just fucking fall over. Every Tomodachi is like a toddler, but also a fully grown man. They're so funny looking. They are so fucking funny. I love them. Digimon World Dusk is a great game. I also forgot there's like 20 Digimon games, aren't there? And they've made a new one. I have 2 of them. I haven't finished Cyber Story. I want to. I promise you. I really do. It's just the longer away I get from it, the less interested I am in going back to it. The last thing I left off on was me needing to grind to level up all of my Digimon back to where they were supposed to be. And that was like almost a year ago. I just don't want to. I'm tired of beating up the blobs to level up. It makes me sad. And it takes like an hour. Oh, there goes ad break. Well. Yeah, there is so much lore in Digimon, especially in the wiki, that it's just like, oh hey! The fuck? What do you mean? Like, I remember the Digimon lore is spread out through several different iterations, and it's complicated, but I'm pretty sure every iteration is canon to each other? I think? Because in Adventure, they say something about the Digimon world, like, constantly changing and evolving. And I'm pretty sure in either 1 or 2, they allude to the idea that there's different dimensions with the fucking old guy. Right? Didn't the old guy say he's, like, from a different dimension or something? Pretty sure all the Digimons are canon. At least that's what I always told myself growing up. I don't remember what the hell his name was. And then there was the different version of him that was young. Pretty sure all the Digimons are canon in each other's worlds, and they're just like different evolutions of the digital world. They're different times, and also different dimensions, kind of. And it's just like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever, give the dinosaur a gun too while you're at it. Who cares anymore? Cat turns into a god? Why not? I'm pretty sure Gatomon can turn into a Wizardmon, which also makes Wizardmon even worse to me. I'm sorry, I'm just spoiling a lot of shit about Digimon. I'm sorry. That show is older than I am. And it's fine. If you haven't watched Adventure yet, go watch it. You still have no fucking clue what I'm talking about. I promise you. You still have no fucking clue. Like, oh yeah, there's an old guy, and there's another one from a different dimension. 2 seasons apart, doesn't matter. That's not even the crazy part. I haven't even told you what he tells them. The amount of times these children have been eaten alive, I'm realizing, is kind of concerning. Well, Izzy wasn't being eaten. Well, I don't think it was alive, whatever he was in. I think it was just like a place. But the amount of times they've been at least in some way eaten alive is concerning. I was gonna say, where are their parents? But we know they're in a different fucking dimension. It's not like they put them here on purpose. It's not like they went to fucking Digimon camp. Yeah, send your kids to the digital world for summer. They didn't ask for this. All the protags have also met, if I remember correctly, by multiversal time travel, or just regular travel. What? When did that happen? Or the fact that apparently there was like a theory that one of their parents was also a Digidestin because they had a weird connection to Gabumon. Like, oh hey, I know what a Gabumon is. Like, what the fuck do you mean, Dad? We don't have time for this. The world's being taken over by Vampire Satan. We don't have time for this. But I feel like we should have had time for that after. Like, can we acknowledge that, please? Or, I guess, well, no, I think it kind of is explained that whatever happens if Digimon are, like, in the regular world, eventually they'll forget. Because but for some reason, digital magical bullshit, I don't know. Because, like, there was the movie with Tai and Kari. Matt's dad seems to know what the hell Gabumon is, unless Gabumon also had a similar thing that happened with Matt, like with TK and Kari when Koromon was in the regular world. Which would make sense if that happened, actually. If all the kids, for some small amount of time, met their Digimon partners when they were tiny, in their tiny forms. And something similar happened to all of them, and it wasn't just Kari and Tai, especially since Kari didn't have her own Digimon. It was just Tai's. So maybe that happened to all of them? And that's why his dad knows? I still like the headcanon that his dad was a previous Digidestin. Because that adds more bullshit. Or like in Adventure 2. Adventure 1 is like, oh yeah, being a Digidestin's like super fucking rare. There's only these 8. And then we get to 2 and there's like a fucking 100 of them just everywhere. Like, when did that happen? Why did that happen? But the last time this happened was because the world was in danger or something. Now there's just a shit ton of them. What's happening now that's causing there to be so many of you? Seems a lot less bad than last time, and in my opinion, from what I remember. You'd think I'd remember more about 2, but I also was recently rewatching 01, so. Or maybe there were just a lot of Digidestins we didn't fucking know. It's not like a lot of the Digimon talked to them. We only met a few people. Maybe there were, like, way more. Actually, wait. I need to watch, like, a Digimon fucking fan theory now. There are so many questions. I'm looking up Digimon theories. This is what I'm doing after stream. Okay, there's an iceberg, there's Digimon Adventure lore from 2 years ago, the entire history of the Digimon anime explained from 2 years ago, this one's from 8 years ago, the entire, like, story, what ifs and theories. Damn, I wish there was more of these. Ooh, someone from a year ago made a video talking about what the Digimon Adventure villains' evolution lines. That's true. Because they could have had different options. Sorry, what does this mean? Sorry, I got distracted by a short about the fact that Skull Greymon doesn't look like Greymon, whatever. There are some theories, though. This is what I'm doing after we're done here. I'm gonna watch Digimon theories. There's not as many of these as I was hoping. We're not doing this. I'm not gonna do this. This can't be the thing I get distracted by next. It wouldn't. It couldn't be. I'm not saying watching the theories. No, I'm going to do that. I mean making my own, because these are from a really long time ago and I have no idea if these are going to answer any of my questions, and that worries me. A video from 8 years ago, Pokemon theory, how Pokemon slowly became Digimon every generation. Is that because they're starting to get a little weirder and more like Digimon because Digimon just happen to be more complicated in design? Because, yeah, honestly, I kind of get what that means, if that's what it's talking about. Because, like, a lot of people don't like certain Digimon or certain Pokemon designs, and I'll be honest, the evolution, the final evolution for Fuecoco just does not look like a Pokemon to me. He just looks weird. You'd have a better time convincing me that the evolution for Fuecoco is a Digimon than a Pokemon. Fuecoco. Like, Fuecoco himself, adorable. Love it. Beautiful. Fuecoco evolution line. Final evolution, I feel like that's a Digimon. Looking up the fact check for myself, I found out in O2 epilogue there was said 20. Was set 25 years later. Oh, well, shit. Well, yeah, that makes sense because it was. I think Digimon was 1990, the first anime. So, hey, next year. But the epilogue is when they're, like, full grown up and they've already had kids and stuff. So I guess their children are also getting their Digimon. So yay, their kids are gonna get their Digimon next year. Oh my god, there's probably gonna be so much cute fan art of that. Wait. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. There's gonna be so much cute fan art next year. Of, like, the kids getting to meet their Digimon and everyone celebrating. Oh, I'm so excited now. I didn't know he had a little bird on his nose. That's cool. It might also just be the drawing of it, but I don't know. It's not like the most egregious thing. I think the final evolution for Fuecoco looks cool, but it kind of makes me think more of a Digimon than a Pokemon. And by that, I just mean it's a bit more overcomplicated than I feel like a lot of designs are. Though some of these fan designs, that's definitely a Digimon. Which I think is fun, but it's not egregious. I don't think it's awful. It's just, I also just don't like it. What's it called? Oh, Skeledirge. Yeah, you are strange to me. The middle evolution is I don't have much to say about him. It's not awful. That final evolution is like a couple steps away from being a Digimon. I do think it's cool that they're all themed after, like, the different... Like, obviously, a lot of Pokemon have been based off of different regions. And those regions are inspired by real places in the real world. And I think that's fun. That doesn't change the fact that they do look kind of stupid. Even for a Pokemon. Some Pokemon from this gen I think I really like, because this is an Applin and Driplin from the most recent generation. Those are fun. Those are cool ones. We're judging Pokemon now. I'm sorry. I've gotten into it, and I'm gonna complain. I do think they're neat, but I do think they're weird. Starters, adorable. Still hate that they keep making the cats stand up. Leave them be. Put them back on 4 feet. Hey, it's break time. Now I'm legally allowed to be not doing my work. I think I also don't like his middle evolution's okay, but it makes me think of fucking, what is it? Is it Lombre? Is that what that thing's called? Yeah, I think it's Lombre. Which is cool. Lombre I like more, honestly. What are you? Why are you like that? I want to know more about this thing. How do you end up looking like that? Fucking adorable. And then you turn kind of goofy, which I love. And then you just become like fucking the singer Pokemon? I'm sorry. What do you mean this thing's called the singer Pokemon? What is it singing about? Heavy metal? The fiery bird changes shape when Skeledirge sings. Rumor has it that the bird was born when the fireball on Skeledirge's head gained a soul. What? Why? Oh, are you based off of like mariachi bands? Is that why you have the little hat? Do you sing? It's called the Firecraw. Oh no, I guess you've always had something to do with singing, because in Violet it talks about your singing as well. The first one talk about singing? Talks about having a flame sack. Weird. Remember correctly, it's loosely based on the Day of the Dead. Oh. Yeah, that's what I was expecting more so with the whole, like, skull face. I guess he always has looked like he had a skull mask. Specifically singing with a design that looks like this is just a little confusing, because, like, there is, like, the musical theme, the fire crocodile with the skull face, the weirdly blockiness of him that his other designs didn't really feel like it had. I don't know. It's just kind of a weird one to me. I don't know if anyone else is bothered by this thing design, but like out of all of the 3 starters from Gen 9, it's the one I've always felt the weirdest about, because it's just like, what? Why? You just don't fully look like you fit? Like Masquerada, I just kind of got over. And honestly, I think it is a kind of cool design. Not sure what this little floaty plant thing does, but whatever. It's kind of neat. Wish it wasn't standing up, but I'll forgive it. Oh, this is the end of the last gen. I have to go forward. And then there's the beard. Duxley, who I also think is cute. And then he becomes sassy, and I kind of like it. I don't like his feet, though. Looks like he's wearing bird crocs. But maybe that's all. I know that's probably just me misinterpreting his design, but he has like a little blue slit on his foot. And it just kind of looks like he's wearing, or like, no, actually it does straight up look like Kulava, what's your name? Quaxwell is wearing Crocs that look like bird feet. And I kind of hate that. And by kind of, I mean really hate that. And then he just becomes a weird cunty chicken. And you know what? I think that's hilarious. Why did you become a cunty chicken? Why is your ass so big? The dancer Pokemon. Yeah, this thing looks like it's the dancer Pokemon. Why? It became a cunty chicken. People had their complaints about this game when it came out. I'm just gonna keep repeating mine because I just really don't like you. I don't know what it is about it. I just am not a fan of Skeledirge. I feel like it's the fact that there's like the red teeth on the side instead of the entire skull being white, which makes more sense and has been what its other evolution forms had. Like both, well, I guess you see, oh no, I do see on Fuecoco, it's like getting the red. The red actually becomes more of a thing on Crocolore. And the little spots on the back, which again, I'm not a big fan of. It makes me think turtle. And I guess a lot of us, maybe it's just us misinterpreting what Fuecoco was supposed to be. But I always assumed he was supposed to be like a pepper or something at the beginning. Because he looks, well, I guess he looks kind of like an apple too, but like the little thing on his head, the fact that his name is Fuecoco, it just kind of made a lot of us think pepper crocodile or something. I know Fue can also just mean hot in any way. I don't think it means specifically spicy, and even if it does, spicy can also just mean physically hot, I guess. But like, I don't know. I thought he was gonna be like a little pepper guy, and then he starts becoming a weird little spots on his back and the little like overall design. Like he's wearing little overalls. And again, he's got a hat. It's like, oh, okay, he's turning into like a little person guy. Nope. Not at all. Maybe it's because he doesn't even really look like the same Pokemon. I wish I could have all, I want to look at all the starters. Right, there's not a lot of things that have the starters and their evolutions right next to each other, which is annoying. Trust me, I have tried. Because, like, every image I find only goes up to so many generations. We're not going to count Gen 1 because that's the first one, but yeah, I feel like the trait... Then again, I guess you could say the same thing about Wartortle and Blastoise. Like, oh, Squirtle gets like little wavy things, and then they go straight back to just cool turtle. But I like it. Not going to argue with that one. Because it's the first gen, so it's kind of forgiven. But like, I don't know. What is this? What am I looking at? This isn't correct at all. This goes up to, what is this, Gen 8? But then the last line is just adding random creatures. It sleeps with one eye open. That's kind of cool. That makes sense. Yeah, I found a pretty good image that, like, shows a lot of the evolutions in their... like, I don't know. It just feels like a lot of them are more cohesive with the way they go together. Even the earlier Gen 1 or the earlier Gen 9 starters, and it just feels like, at least to me, Fuecoco's does not feel like it was supposed to go there. And it drives me insane. I've thought this since I first saw their designs, and I was like, oh, really? To war! I'll stop bitching about it eventually, but I'm sorry, I have always felt this way. It just didn't feel like they were, like, the same at the end as everyone else's was. But I'm also curious, how many Pokemon end up having, like, humanoid forms in 2 of the evolution lines? Where was the image I had? Because I don't have all of the same gen. Can we just go back? No. I have to find it again. No, that one only goes to Gen 6. There it is. We're back to work timer. I will go back to work soon. It's just always bothered me, and now I feel like I'm crazy. Because it just doesn't look right. And now I'm just curious of how many of the evolutions, like, start on all 4s and then stand up, and if it's only one of them. Grookey doesn't count, you're a monkey. Monkeys are allowed to stand up and then not stand up. You do both, actually. I'm pretty sure your entire line will just stand up and not stand up whenever they feel like. I guess Quaxley doesn't count because he's a bird, so he's always kind of standing upright. You don't use your front legs to stand at all. Sobble, I think always was kind of standing up. Piplio, you don't have hands. You're physically not allowed to stand up either. Froakie can choose. Fennekin stands up. Chespin was already standing. Snivy loses his legs, so he has the opposite problem. Actually, how many of them do stand up anyway? I guess it's kind of interesting because Fuecoco, looking at it, I think is the only Pokemon starter, other than, I guess, Snivy, that starts standing and ends up, quote-unquote, on all 4s. Because Snivy doesn't have any 4s or 2s. Snivy loses his legs. Snivy becomes a snake. It doesn't really matter, does it? No, because Cyndaquil, I think, stands up a lot already. At least in these, like, starter images, Cyndaquil's standing in his image. So, I'm not going to count him. Mudkip starts on all 4s, stands up in one evolution, and then goes back down, which is funny. Trico's always standing. Turtwig is always a turtle. Monkey. What are you called? Chimchar. Chimchar is always standing. Piplio is always standing. Snivy loses its legs, which I think is one of the first and only times that happens, because it's the only snake. Tepig stands up. Oh wait, no, actually Snivy is in the same generation as Otter. Dewott? Is it Dewott, the little otter one? I don't remember. The names aren't on him. That might be the middle evolution. What about Samurott? Oh, you're quite literally bringing up the thing I was just talking about. You're right, yeah. Both of them are from the same gen. They start standing. Snivy loses its legs. Oshawott, that's what it's called. Oshawott loses the ability to stand in its final Evo. And then Tepig starts standing. Tepig, did you steal their legs and the ability to stand? Well, you don't have more legs. You just can stand up. Tepig starts standing. One of them goes down to all 4s. One of them goes down to 0 limbs. Why did they do that to you? Fennekin starts standing up in its second Evo. Froakie does not count. Froakie is already kind of has little hands. So you're free to go. What's your name? The grass bird. I'm thinking of it. Owlet. No, I think that's just a word for a baby owl. You know the one I'm talking about. Owl plant starter. Doesn't count. Bird is birding. Litten? I almost called him Litwick. That's wrong. Litten stands up after its second Evo. The seals don't count. Sea lions? Actually, I think you're sea lions. You're not seals. You're sea lions. The sea lions don't count either, because they're just doing what sea lions do. Grookey is allowed to stand up or not stand up. It's another monkey. They just kind of do what they feel like. The rabbit has always been on 2 legs, which isn't normal for rabbits, but you have always been on 2 legs. Sobble, I think, can also just stand up if he wants to. I don't think he's, like, stuck on 2 legs. So I think he was always able to do that. It's the same argument for Grookey. And then there's the last ones. Weed Cat can stand up by the second Evo. Quacoco stands up, falls down. Quaxley is just a bird. None of the birds have been allowed to be like griffins or something. That's what I want next. The next time we get a bird starter, it better become a griffin and get on like all 4s. I want it to have like wing hands or something. That's cool as fuck. Let's get let's do some cool shit. What happened to this? Oh, someone drew one of the new Mega Absol. Okay, I was like, what the fuck is that? Looks haunted as all shit. I love that. I'm reposting that. Not on Twitter. I keep saying retweet, even though I don't use Twitter anymore. I'm on Blue Sky. Alright, I'll actually get back to work. I got what I wanted. I wanted to look around to see how many of them like stand up or if any of them actually start standing and then end up on all 4s, and they do. And it's Skeledirge and Samurott. I think that's how you say that. And if you really want to count Snivy's final evolution, you can if you want to. He's not on all 4s, but he's not standing up anymore. Is he? Does it count as standing up when snakes do the thing where they like put their head really far up? They're not standing, they don't have legs. I think. Pretty sure that's like the defining trait of snake, so I don't know if it counts as standing up. Is it sitting up? Are they sitting? Are snakes like constantly sitting? Can you sit if you're all body? It's not like they're like sitting on their butt. They're sitting on like their tummy. What the fuck do you call it when snakes do the snake thing when they're looking around, like the cobra thing? Are they laying up? Are they sitting up? What would you call that? I wouldn't call it laying on their tummy because they're always doing that. They're always laying on their stomachs. It's like how they move. How they crawl. Slither. Snakes slither. For the most part. Some of them inchworm. Some of them slither. I don't know what the fuck you call whatever the hell Snivy's Evo is doing. Superior. Sniperior. I don't know how to call it. Snivy's snivying. Also, apparently the term of Day of the Dead, Skeletor's face is based off of sugar skulls. That does make sense. The flames are meant to look like the marigold placed on around the neck to honor the dead, and the pattern of being in reference to... I've seen that word. I don't know how to say it right now. I've said the word before. But I remember them from stuff like Coco. Little, like, painted dogs and animals. That, honestly, that actually makes me like him a lot more because now I understand where they're coming from, and yeah, he does look like one of those. Like, the Day of the Dead painted animals. Those things are cool as shit, and you know what? Knowing the fact that he is one of those, immediately cooler. And does make sense on why he looks kind of sculpted. Because that was my problem with him, because his Evos are so round. And rotund. And then he's just, like, weirdly squarish. But honestly, that makes sense. It's probably to be a reference to him being, like, carved out of wood or something. Alright, the origin makes him kind of cool. I still don't know if he fully fits with the rest of the Evo. I just still think he looks kind of weird. But knowing that that's the look they're going for does make more sense, because he does make me think of one of those things. And those things make me think of Digimon. But everything makes me think of Digimon. We're going back to the start, where everything makes me think of Digimon, and back to the start of me actually doing my fucking work. No more Pokemon, I'm closing all my tabs. I've also learned a lot about how many Pokemon do and don't stand up. I think it's kind of funny now. Now I think to make people who are me, who are also like, why do Pokemon keep standing up? Give us a Pokemon that sits down. Give us more of them. Except for Gecko. I want the Gecko to stand up, kind of. Well, no, I don't. We had like 2 cunty water types in a row, and I think we're getting a 3rd one guaranteed. Back to work, which also means I'm no longer gonna be ranting about random shit that I find mildly interesting, and I won't let go until I get answers. What is happening? What are you doing? What the fuck was that? I'm clicking and it's not... There we go. It wasn't moving the cursor around. It was just highlighting stuff. That was weird. Also, more folklore origins. Nakoka was a legendary crocodile that... which actually has a preserved body IRL minus the head, which is a skull. Festivals involving it use a lot of pyrotechnics. Interesting? Why is the skull not included with the rest of it? Are they like, is the skull itself part of the ritual, you mean? And the rest of the body is just like, yeah, we're gonna preserve this, but the head is the important. What? You have to tell me more. Is it a vampire crocodile? Because I see Drac. I know it doesn't have to mean like Dracula, but it is the first thing I'm gonna think. Hey Paige, welcome in. How's it going? Which means Dracula, son of dragon, or son of devil. Ah! Okay. Oh, sorry, I missed the first message. Oh no, kinda. Actually, kinda. It basically means Coca the dragon. Oh, wait, gotta scroll back up. So the dragon, Dracula's father's name was Vlad Dracula. Dracula translates to dragon or the devil. It's vampires again. Everything's vampires. Enjoy dinner. I'm hoping chat is okay because I went on a stupid fucking rant about designs in Pokemon, and I'm sorry. I need people to know how much I just kind of wasn't a fan of Fuecoco's evolution. I want him to be stupid and cute or something. But knowing that he's based off of something cool makes him better. I'm done, though. I'm done. The context of him makes him cooler, and I won't go back to it. And now I'm actually going back to my work. We've got another 100 words down, which is another minute. Yay! Just 900 more to go! This script is not fucking long enough. To be fair, I meant the historical figure, not the vampire this time. No, I know you didn't, and I know it doesn't actually mean the vampire, but it always comes back to vampires, whether you like it or not. It's always vampires. Always has been. I didn't actually know that, Dracula's dad's name meant devil, basically, or dragon, which is actually really fucking cool. Or Dracula does. Dracula is just cool. A completely different thing, kind of. But, like, that's sick. And I love that. Didn't know the meaning behind the name Dracula. But regardless of how cool the things you look up are, you'll always be brought back to vampire. Okay, it doesn't always happen, but I just think this one was fun. And does kind of make sense. We are talking about like a cool undead thing. It's always vampires all the way down. It's funny because I would be the one being associated with vampires if I went with one of my original ideas, which was going to be a sort of a more bat-based hyena? Fuck. Chimera. Why did I say hyena? Oh, right, because I was going to go with a bat because of this, or even a hyena, which I didn't end up going with but I think I'm thinking of it because I was gonna make a joke about my cackle. Because whenever I'm excited, my voice gets louder and more high pitched, and I cackle and I squeak at things. So originally I was planning to go with a bat to make a reference to that, but then I didn't feel like it because I didn't want to draw the big ass ears. Because I thought they'd look weird with horns. And they kind of did. Not awful. I just didn't like them. So I went with the sheep because I thought the ears were cuter. It's in... No. It's in your blood. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. I was gonna say it and then I was like, I shouldn't say it because then it sounds stupid. Because then it sounds like I'm making a joke. But now I am making a joke because I wasn't gonna say it at first. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't help myself. I don't have self-constraint when it comes to making stupid jokes. I'm a streamer. I say the first thing that comes to mind and I regret it later. If I wanted to not make bad decisions, I'd be a YouTuber so I can just cut them out instead of having to actually think. I say as if there aren't so many YouTubers that still make very bad decisions and post them happily. But hey, that's being double stupid. I'm only stupid one time. Only once. Every hour. 2 times every hour. Really, you might actually be correct. My mother loves vampires, so I probably got it from her. Haha! Hmm. I go grab the name because I forgot what it was. There it is. Name of the ship. I didn't name the fucking species she is. I don't know what she's called. Because she sure as shit wouldn't call herself an alien. She's from her planet. I didn't name the species. Fuck am I gonna call you? I can't just call you cats. I don't even know. Well, you know what a cat is for some reason. I hate writing aliens. Because then you have to question, so how are you speaking English? Don't fucking ask me that. I don't know. I spent a really long time being a dipshit about other things, so I'm skipping the long break. We're going back around. Back to the start. This time I'll save my stupid rants to break time. Maybe. Sorry, I tilted my water bottle way too fast, and you probably heard that fucking water sound. Don't worry. We are not suddenly underwater. It's fine. Though the cafe being in submarine mode would be hilarious. That is true. It would make a lot more sense than, like, putting them in a big fish tank. How would they hear? We should have a takeout service. We could just attach something to the Mancipes. I don't know how the fuck they... I guess their mouths? I guess they could... Well, I wouldn't want them to carry stuff with their mouths. The slobber becomes a problem. Are you talking about like a type of kinesis? Helio connect. Are you trying to suggest? If you're suggesting a name for the cat species, I would ask not if that's what you're referring to. Unless you're, because that does look kind of like when you spell like a type of like a pyrokinesis. Unless that's something you're talking about, which would be the what, the like mental control of pets. Are you like talking to them and getting them to do stuff, or are you just like picking them up, like, like are you like do you hold your hand out and just pick them up, and they just start floating around, like with telekinesis, heliokinesis. Philionecosis. I don't know how to spell species names. If that is supposed to be a suggestion, though, I'd prefer to write and come up with stuff on my own, though. So if that is a suggestion, please no. I will not be taking it. I prefer we do not suggest things. When it comes to me writing my stuff, I'm very, very picky about it. I will not go piss girl. Actually, maybe I will. During the next ad break, I'll go piss girl. Agent, I saw that. You hugged Meeples just to throw him off the thing. Alright, well, at least you were nice before you killed him. Up there, there he goes. He's back. Not again. So it still has its head? Yeah, now I want to go check out what this thing is about, because I want to know more about the devil thing? Devil Gator. Potentially. Oh, he called fat. I love him. He's so small. It's in Spanish. I gotta translate it. There we go. And then I will read through that later, because I told myself I'd actually get something done. Why not at least double the length of the thing before we leave, which I think I actually kind of almost have. I'll figure it out. Crazy question. Probably sounds well, I know. Wait, so because I know basically if you're on the other side of the planet from someone, you're experiencing the exact opposite season. So for certain parts of the planet, Christmas is not winter, right? So like, I'm asking this question because I'm realizing that this character wouldn't fully know at all which season means anything, because if she goes to a different part of the planet, like, oh, it's snowing here, it must be time for the trees. The trees covered in lights. Yes? No. Wrong. You're in Australia. You're in Australia. There is, in fact, no Christmas. There is no Christmas trees. We don't have that right now. Ah, well, shit. She's on the wrong side. I'm asking because that'd be funny. Like, no, yeah, it's about to be Christmas. You're in Australia. There's no snow on the ground. Yeah, it's still Christmas. Amazing. Amazing. I love your planet. She missed out on Christmas, though. I've decided that she likes Christmas, and she thinks it's cool. She missed Christmas. She'd have to be here a whole lot longer if she wants Christmas. I will use that for a plotline later. Explodes in ball of fire is what? Why? Also, hi, agent. Bye, agent, I think? We are in Australia for Christmas, and they're in bathing suits. Yeah. I'm specifically asking because this does, in fact, have to do with something I'm writing. It's going to be fun, and I think it'll be fun, and I love it. Ooh, actually, you know what? No, wait, that would make even less sense. What time of season shall I put you in? For some reason, I just assumed that certain places don't actually get snow. Australia was one of those places. Yeah, honestly, I don't blame you. I wasn't sure how the temperatures worked in certain areas. Because to be fair, I'm pretty sure some places don't get snow. But also, it can snow in deserts. And some deserts are all snow, so I don't know. Because it's not that close to the equator. But it can also be blazing fucking hot. And we can get snow in Florida almost had snow. We're not supposed to, but, you know. But I didn't know it got as snowy as it did. I definitely agreed. I didn't think it'd be that snowy. Utah's a desert and it gets snow. Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I mean, where it's like, I kind of assumed it would just be hot all the time. I didn't think they get that much snow. They do. To be fair, Australia is also fucking huge, so. Actually, a lot of deserts are deserts because of mountains. So that would make sense. Based off of the, like, one video I remember watching in middle school about deserts. A lot of the time, mountains are the reason deserts are a thing. Because they're stealing all of their rain, I think? Something like that. The mountains are stealing all of their rain so they don't get rain or something. I don't remember. There's a lot to do with snow. I wonder if that's true. There's no way for me to know if that is true or not, but it sounds cool. He skied in both places. Ah, your dad would know. Oh, that's some agent lore. Did you learn any German? Okay, well, never mind. I asked that before I read the second thing. Probably. Well, maybe you did, but I don't know how much of it stuck. Really? Interesting. I assume the used to be is you haven't used it as much. That's always cool knowing even little bits of different languages. Though then again, yeah, I guess if that's a lot, that is formative years. So yeah, you probably were taught it. And a lot of it, because again, formative years. You kind of are starting to learn language in the first place. It would make more sense if you were like 10 or so, and then it'd be like, you know, a little bit. You know, probably don't remember all of it, but yeah, no, 3 years from 2 to 5, yeah, that would make sense if you learned a good amount. We moved back, and a Spanish teacher told me to forget everything because it was useless. Now I can't learn any language. That's kind of a dick move. What? Why? What? Why would knowing an entire other language from an area you lived in be useless? What? Helpful. Jackass? Even if it's useless, it's still kind of cool. What if you meet someone who only speaks German? What if you meet someone who speaks German and English and you just want to talk shit behind someone's back and then get put in a YouTube video where you did that, got caught because that person also speaks German? Like, what? Why would knowing an entire other language? There's nothing useless about knowing a language. Thank you for the self-care break. I will stretch and drink some water. Ah, I must not go over my water. We got autosave, so I'm going to reimburse you for that one. But thank you for reminding me. Your points will be given back. Let's remember the largest desert on the planet is Antarctica. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Which is kind of funny, because I used to think, oh, desert hot. Oh, actually, there's cold desert. Antarctica. Antarctica just kind of sitting there like, yeah. There's a real fucking big one. Right here. Well, quit being dehydrated and drink some water. Both of you. Disgraces. Drink water. I'm here drinking water, and I really need the bathroom. You know what? I will be back. Drink like almost all of my water. I'll be back in a little bit. I am back. Also, Paige, I will say any steps you take to bettering yourself isn't important. Especially knowing that there is a problem is also kind of like the first step to getting better. If you can acknowledge it, then you are already doing better, and I am proud of you. Now go drink some water. I heard you said you were making dinner when you first joined. Are you still working on that? Or did you already finish and you've eaten? I'm curious. I also don't remember how long it's been since you joined. It's been a lot of me being stupid. That's all I remember. And back to writing. I know it's break time. I wasn't paying attention. Timer's all fucked up. I probably should have paused it, but it's fine. Whatever. I've almost doubled the word count since we started, though, so that's good. I just have to do that one more time. Okay, I don't technically have to do that one more time. I can do slightly less. Oh, now I think about it, we are coming up on hour 3, so I probably should end stream sometime soonish, but not too soonish. I am not done yet. I forgot I said I was going to go and watch a bunch of Digimon theories after this. I probably won't. The mild hyperfixation has faded. I'm back to working on this, and I'm in the flow. Is that it? I have the flow. I'm in the. I don't know. Flow state. Flow state. I've been working. 20 pages. Okay. Hey, we've doubled it. I've doubled the words from the start. I did it. That was like the minimum I wanted. Yippee! Alright, we're getting close to our first 1,000 words, but we are also getting close to the next hour of stream, and now I have decided we are going to end. Thank you guys for joining me for today's stream, though. Let's go find someone for us to read. I am going to try and make Friday's stream not this. And hopefully I will be done with the script tomorrow, and if not, I'll just work on it on the weekend. Because I don't want to keep... Because co-working streams are nice and relaxing, but I want to do something with energy. But to be fair, I didn't have a lot of energy, because again, we did have a bunch of, like, 3 different maintenance people come to the house today, and I never like when there's maintenance people. I feel like I have less energy, because I just don't like it. I feel discomfort, and it just kind of leaves me feeling kind of eh. But it is over now. Let's see. Let's go raid Kiri. We haven't gotten a chance to raid Kiri in a little bit. What is this? Oh, he's playing more Left 4 Dead. I guess there's like a... They have like a Foxy jump scare mod, I guess. Horrible. Hopefully you guys get to see that. Or I guess hopefully you guys don't, because it's a jump scare that has a random chance of happening. But regardless, thank you guys for joining me for today's stream. I will try to do something a bit more fun on Friday. That isn't just me focusing in on my writing, because I am almost done. So I will hopefully just do it on the weekend. But yeah, thank you for joining me. I hope to see you next time. But even if I don't, just remember to have a good afternoon, good evening, or good night. Whatever it is in your time zone. Just remember to take care. And enjoy a Kiri stream. Bye-bye! I wanna go